Spiritual Session. I am your host. I'm your spiritual therapist. Welcome, Allison One in the building. It is Friday night and I'm feeling right. Me feeling kind of maybe it's just me. It's because it's spring break. And yeah. Yes. I was free. Why is that music playing in the background? I did not play it on purpose. I know you hear that. Maybe you're like in this Avenger energy. By the way, I have a new deck of cards. I'm not going to use them tonight, but because I want to go through and play with them. But when I play with them, y'all will be the first to know. I'm so excited about that. Anyway, we got some stuff out here, y'all. Seriously. Um, It's the same stuff from earlier. I said part two. I really should just go and name this part. I'm not gonna put part two. I'm just gonna upload it. I'll be busy. Y'all have to look at it as it comes. You have to look at it as it comes. I'm doing good. I'm being obedient to even be here. So yeah, let me just let me stop. Don't make offers. Speaking of offer, um, I see you coming from this Wiccan energy. Maybe you're thinking about making better choices, or maybe you're like, I need to make better effing choices. I mean, because like Wiccan, like, a little self-control. Maybe you never heard of it, right? Maybe you have always been a master at manipulating energy around you. Maybe this has caused you to have maybe people pissed off at you. If you are pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. So this is for whoever that is. If you feel like you're not happy about something in your life, it seems like maybe you become clear that you're making different types of choices now, it seems like. Or maybe you're aware of some of the reckless behavior. And I see you as Hulk smash energy again, whoever you are. Collective, y'all was really, really, y'all come in with this Hulk smash like twice. Like every time I come on live, y'all like, I done make some reckless choices. I need to do better. This card says, if you don't like where you are in life, stop taking yourself there. If you're pissed off about anywhere you are, and I think you realize that now. I don't feel like that's something that you're huh? What is she talking about? I feel like you're aware of it. And the reason why I say that is because we have this Hulk smash energy here, where it's like maybe you're thinking about pushing through and for this relationship. Maybe this is a marriage or this is a union that was once very fulfilling for you, very happy. And maybe you did smash it, or maybe you want to smash through something and go towards it. The reason why I say that is because we have you have the self-worth card out here. So it looks like maybe you're exploring beyond the veil. Hence, if you're here watching this, you're clearly exploring beyond the veil. Your Scarlet Witch energy. You already know what that is. That means that you're definitely peeking beyond the veil. Hello, I'm the one behind the veil. High priestess. Hello. But yeah, and maybe you're exploring your self-worth by doing that. Because it did come in reverse because these aren't necessarily reversals, but maybe you're learning, maybe having an awakening and learning how to empower yourself with words and affirmations and self-care. And if you don't know what self-love is, just keep watching my channel and I will explain it to you piece by piece. Maybe you don't know what that is. Okay. That's the first part. That's where we at. This is where we're starting at. Let me see what I want to clarify. Let's clarify making these better effing choices with this reckless behavior, Wiccan. What are you thinking? What were you thinking about the you trying to have some internal strength? Maybe you felt weak. No, I'm burping. Yep. Confirmation. Oof. At one time, but you're not coming up as this energy now. Maybe you did feel internally weak at one time. Again, not necessarily now. Um, so that would be learning what self-love is how to stand strong internally for the things that you know you need. Um, I'm actually going to use some new cards I bought today. I always use these, but I have a new deck. This deck is hilarious, guys. It's my new Bible deck. I love this deck. It's a new Bible deck. And I think it's hilarious because none of the artwork is actually what I would have ever drawn for any of these characters. But since I know the Bible very well, it's funny. Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy, that's called projection. That means that you feel like nobody will love you when you pass away. You know I'm a mental health professional. You coming on here saying shit. It's called projection. I'm not listening to Jimmy. I'm just shuffling cards. Jimmy's in here listening because he's one of the people that is the reckless people. Jimmy trying to get therapy for fucking free. Therapy for free. It's okay, Jimmy. My nigga. I'll just troll you back. I ain't got time. I ain't even gonna press no buttons. Stay tuned. Maybe you'll get healing. My car is gonna fuck you up. You keep listening to me. It'll make you hurt your feelings. You better stop. All right. Ooh, somebody mad over there. I can feel him. Jimmy mad because my energy is shaking. It's okay. Um, parable of okay. Okay. Yeah, yep, yep. If you don't know the story of the parable of the rich man, please go look it up. Luke chapter 12, 13, 21. One of my favorite stories. Um, the story of the rich man and Lazarus, of course, when he lifted up his eyes in hell, of course. Just read the story. But anyway, I don't want to belabor you with the story. Long story short, this is about you maybe not thinking about how things could affect you in the afterlife, because that's really what happened in this story. Um, of how your behavior can catch up to you. So I think that's something about making choices because maybe perhaps people like I like people like Jimmy because I use them for examples. I'm that teacher that'll fuck with you for the rest of the class. By the way, your Tara Reid was in the military. This is gonna get trolled over here. I fucking major pain on this motherfucker for real, dead ass. This is gonna get major pain energy. So you're gonna get. But no, seriously, perhaps some of you have took a good look at like, hey, what are the choices that I've been making? This reckless behavior, what is it going to get me in the afterlife? And maybe not so much in the afterlife, because this is the afterlife. I just got literally before I came on live, I just got finished listening to a video where he was talking about people living in a hell here. Like, you don't have to like, when they're gonna get that coming back, when they're gonna get it back. What you mean when they're gonna get it back? They're getting it back now. They're living in that bullshit, living in the Eight of Swords, living in nonsense, like coming on someone's live and trolling. Think about how think about that makes me laugh. I know how challenging their mental health is as a professional. I know they can't sleep, they can't eat, they do drugs. I know what goes on behind closed doors. I work inpatient facilities for fucking before. People like that are in inpatient facilities now with their phone in their hand. Literally, I'm not even joking. They're living in hell most of the time. So I find this shit to be hilarious. There we go. And there we go. And nine of feathers. Peter denies Jesus 3 times. So see again, could have came out of some type of not came out, could have been experiencing something like denial. Like this is not no. This ain't real. This ain't nah. Can't be. Not clenching your chest. Like, did I just betray Jesus? Can you imagine finding out? Like, nah, for real. Like you when you had to stand 10 toes down on some shit that you're supposed to stand 10 toes down on and you did not. Ah! Talking about guilt and shame. So yeah, guilt and shame will definitely cause a lot of yeah, so if you've been going through that at some point, I get it. I get it. Like I said, I is licensed. I is a professional. Oh, the star. So maybe now there's a new yep, right up under here, a new wish fulfillment, a new gesture perhaps. I feel like there's some type of guidance that you're looking towards, and it does seem very divine, hence the Star of David, Star of Bethlehem, right? I mean not Star of David, Star of Bethlehem, when the Messiah was born. So like the hope, you know? Maybe you're really hoping for this union. Ooh. The sun. Oh yeah. Whatever it is that you're hoping for is definitely a beautiful, bright, brand new beginning. Something that you feel will be s- so triumphant. And I almost don't want to use that word because it's there, but something that like overcoming whatever it is that everybody thought that was going to be your downfall, or yeah, something like that. Something where everyone, and it's also about recognition too. So it seems like you're hoping for this renewal, this rejoicing union, and you're really hoping that it's going to be a beautiful thing that you can come out shining through, come out with everyone seeing how I don't want to use successful, but for some of you it will be successful, how successful this relationship was or this union is. Maybe that's what you're hoping for. Okay, Scarlet Witch. Okay, so the self-worth is confidence. So if you're going beyond the veil and you're discovering your self-worth, it's something about being being a good counterpart, being a good pick, being the absolute best pick for the job. So maybe you feel like you are the best pick for this partnership, or you just know how to save. It feels like yeah, like you know how to save the relationship or save the people or save something. Because if you think about Esther in the Bible, she saves her people, and of course, it depends on how you want to look at the story. If you look at it from a feminist standpoint of view, not a great story. But if you look at it from a point of view of like saving her people, then that's I suppose yes. So take it how you want to. But it does seem like you're the self-worth that's coming up here that you're stepping into is about being the right person for the job, the right person for this marriage and contract. And I see that there could have been people who did not agree with the union. All right, so that's just the beginning. I'm gonna go ahead and actually pull and start reading. Just if that's if you watch the live from the beginning, or if some of this resonates with you, then go ahead and stick around because that was just the pre-pull of just seeing what kind of energy's out here. Um, Clearly, we got people who are triggered. Clearly, people are triggered. Oh, sorry. I didn't see the join my thoughts on group therapy. I want therapy, but the idea of group therapy turns me off. Everyone doesn't do good in group therapy. Some people do. I highly recommend group therapy. Um, Group therapy can be triggering. So if you don't have a good professional to help with that, it can be off. I've always seen it to be good. Everybody I've ever had it with is been good. My group therapy is awesome. Every time I do it, my groups are great. Um, but yeah, groups are great. Groups are really wonderful. They're very, 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 very healing. Groups, you heal faster in group therapy than you do individual therapy. So if you want to know my answer, I think people heal faster in groups. Okay. People heal faster. All right. So let's see what's going on. Thoughts. Okay. Got the wedding card again. All this wedding. You must y'all one of y'all must be married or want to get married, or you were in a spiritual wedding with this person. Hmm. Yep, this Empress for sure. Okay, I feel like there was some recklessness surrounding your wedding. I feel like maybe you made some choices. I'm saying wedding, your partnership with this marriage. I feel like there were some bad choices that were made. Um, Tell me more about this Empress. What about these bad choices and this Empress in the wedding? Okay, so mm, this Empress may have needed healing. Do you feel like this person needs healing? Feels like this person may need some healing, or you feel like you need to heal this person. Somebody needs healing. Do you feel like you need healing? You have a celebration. You want it? Okay. So it looks like there's some type of healing that you want to happen again with this wedding, this relation, this Prem. This is Prem is after after Israel has been captured and they come back after being taken from Babylon when they come back from Babylon. And maybe that's where you feel like you've been with this Wiccan energy. Maybe you feel like you're coming out of Babylon and you want to celebrate, um, you know, after maybe escaping from the devil. Because in the previous readings, I have y'all, somebody's leaving the devil. So maybe perhaps I haven't seen it on the card on the table yet, which is kind of good. I think about it. I always see devil in y'all reading every damn time. I ain't saying there, I ain't finished pulling, but it's like after Babylon, maybe like some real hard challenge, a lot of poverty, scarcity mindset. Maybe there's a loss of money, loss of time, a loss of energy, a loss of resources, um, that's coming out under again, under the wedding, under the marriage. So maybe that's something maybe you maybe there was a smashing part. Maybe you want to bring that back because it's like think first and smash later. Maybe this reckless energy, and these two characters here, maybe even carrying some of that reckless energy of not thinking at all and then just kind of like smashing everything, which again would cause a lot of burdens. And it feels like these better choices wasn't made towards this empress as I was coming up initially. And this is when Jesus turns the water into wine. So I'm saying this is all about the like I said, these wedding, pram celebration. Definitely my collective y'all must either be married or in spiritual contracts for real, for real. Tell me more. Hello. Make sure y'all tap the screen. Like, heart the live. It's a new channel, so we're growing, especially with the lives. Okay. You could have felt like one of you were older and younger. Maybe one of you is younger than the other one. And maybe there was maybe one of you felt like you should have followed the other. Maybe somebody was supposed to follow someone. Because you think about Ruth and her mother-in-law, she followed her after her husband had passed away. So there's something about because that's how that line of David gets born, by the way, and the line comes from Ruth. Um, So something about this relationship being special, like following the divine contract, following through with the contract, because as you know, a man, a wife leaves and when he goes, she would go with the mother's family, the side. So she didn't return home to her family. She stayed there. So maybe perhaps there was a one of you were supposed to stay or stay with each other. Maybe one of you left. It was like a spiritual journey that maybe you got smashed. I feel like. The widow's generosity, 6 of grains. Feels like you're ready to give now. Whoever you are feels like you're ready to give to this connection. And in a very generous way. Um, you may be even thinking about offering money, offering some type of he looks like what's his name? Oh my God, I cannot think of his name. He played in Iron Man. He played in Iron Man 2. The rest of the Iron Man after Terrence Howard. I can't think of his name right now, but him. He looks just like him. Um, yeah. It feels like you're ready to give now to this connection. Um, energy, time, effort. Hey, y'all on that now today, Satan. Yeah, I guess I did say you're releasing unable to see below the surface. Um, Again, maybe you're telling Satan not today. Maybe you're just like, I'm not doing that. Maybe you're having a hard time releasing emotions based off of what has happened here. Is a lot of it's been a lot of pain. Think about the woman, the issue of blood. She was bleeding for years and years and years and years. She had sought doctors and she did every type of treatment and she wasn't able to be cured until she touched the hem of his garment. So maybe there could have been a lot of again pain for a long period of time. Um, yeah, because I've seen a lot of repressed emotions. Maybe try not to think about what happened. Maybe try not to think about the separation. I feel like it should put like that. You put it like that so you can see them. Because I'm gonna move them eventually. I'm just keeping the cards out here. I don't know. Actually, I'm not going to. I want to keep them out for right now because I want you to see them. I just see the faces for right now. And then I'm gonna pull some I'm gonna get some clarifiers on each one of these. Well, not each, but in the sections. Okay, so right now, like I said, your thoughts seem to be on this high priestess energy, this person. Of course, this is the Mary Mother of Jesus. So whoever this is very loving, very sweet, very kind, very generous, a very gentle soul. Um, and maybe you're thinking about some reckless behavior towards someone who is very caring and loving. Um, even like divinely guided, maybe very protective too. Feel like very much in their heart space they could be. And maybe that's why you wanted to marry them, right? Maybe that's why the wedding was there. Maybe it's why you wanted a contract, or maybe that's why that was there. Again, like I said, the thoughts are about maybe the hurt, a lot of the losses, and maybe maybe I feel like you're looking now, even though you're in this space of like maybe you're feeling more happy with life these days, and maybe you're thinking about the celebration that you could possibly have with this person. I still seeing that you're looking at the past about all the hurt that has happened. So maybe you're definitely thinking about that. The feelings though, however, the feelings are still very sweet. Maybe your feelings are coming up more like maybe again this bond. I feel like this bond is a little different. This bond seems like it's more than just a marriage or relationship. It feels like it's a friendship. It's something very special about it because these two ladies are they're very close. She didn't just follow her for no reason. She loved her mother-in-law very dearly according to the scripture. So maybe there's a bit of that. Maybe this is a same sex relationship. Take it as it resonates. Maybe there's one of you has again older, younger. Maybe somebody's more wise. Maybe somebody may bring a bit of energetic young energy to the relationship, helping the older one take care of things. I don't know, but it seems like a lot of beautiful words that are spoken between the two because it's six of feathers, a lot of wisdom. Um, and again, the six of green, you could be feeling like you want to give. You want to give. All right, let's get into some Disney villain deck. We just left the Bible. Let's go to the other one. Let's go to the Disney villain deck. I love this deck. Let's clarify what's going on with your feelings first. Didn't I say it? New relation of new beginning. Okay, so you feeling like a new beginning? Yeah. Damn, you definitely feeling like a new beginning, whoever you are. Not Hades in reverse. I like it. You ain't trying to burn shit now. Hercules, who put the gladiator? Hercules. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I have lyrical Tourette's. If you don't like it, it's just gonna be a problem for you. Anyway, yeah, you're coming up here with that death in reverse. Maybe you're like, no, I don't think I want to burn it down. I don't want to set Hercules on fire. Little squirt. Okay. Five of Cups. Okay, so even though you wanna give to the connection, it seems like you could still be in regret and a lot of lost energy right now. Maybe you're feeling maybe you wanna give and you can't, you know? Yeah. Maybe feeling a little bit, imbalanced or feeling like you don't know how to prioritize things or how to quite make it happen. Maybe trying to be strategic. This is the snake from, Robin Hood. He's very crafty. So maybe you're trying to figure out how to balance and make everything please maybe please the king and please somebody else and please yourself. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to do that. All right, tell me more about the thoughts then. So we got your feelings a little bit. Tell me about this. Well, no, I'm gonna go back. Tell me more about this loss. Why are you thinking so much about loss? Why are you doing that? Why's the collector doing that? Not Scar, be prepared. Dum, 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 dum. I love this part. Okay, so maybe perhaps you're trying to be strategic. Our leaders are true. Be prepared. They're like, you don't know that song. Y'all know that song. Actually sing it in the car. Oh my goodness. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to kill the king. Sorry, not kill. I'm gonna love the king. Sorry, I can't say that. Um, yeah, maybe you're trying to be strategic about something. Let's see. What are you trying to be strategic about? You're trying to be strategic on how not to be an asshole. Good job. Good job. High five, collective. Air high fives. Good job on how not to be a manipulative asshole. Thank you. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to. No one can Pakistan, Pakistan. It's my favorite movie. Is Beauty and the Beast. So don't get me started. I'll start singing the whole number. Lyrical Tourette's, like I said. Um, so yeah. Maybe perhaps you're being strategic on how not to come in here like Gaston, like you just want to marry Belle just because she's pretty. Maybe you were in that energy before. Maybe you had the energy of I just want to be with. Maybe you're into looks before. Maybe you cared a lot about looks before. I feel like you're somebody that did care about looks in the past. Seven. Car feels like you're blocked from a home or you're thinking about let's say home. 'Cause of Snow White's home. Feels like yeah, because there's some type of boundary. Your feelings are being strategic about how not to be an asshole, but there's a boundary, there's some type of block here. What's this block? Ah, 5, 6, 7, The block is lies. A contract. Who's lying about something? Let me clean this deck off, y'all. Oh, y'all done got me. Okay. Now we got interesting. So now that we got past the surface level bullshit. Yeah, we're gonna talk about these lines on the board and why you're blocked and why you don't want to be an asshole anymore. I like that. We'll keep that out here. I thought it was a funny song, so we'll do "Be Prepared" because I feel like you're trying to be prepared to not be an asshole anymore, and you're blocked for these lies. What's the girl I saw you with? How'd you get some extra money? Ooh, maybe even cheating. Ooh, that song just channeled. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, tell me your name. John Doe. Who's the girl I saw you with? How'd you get some extra money? If you don't know that song, go look it up. John Doe. I think it's by RL. Mm-hmm. Ooh, y'all go look at that song by RL, John Doe. Maybe y'all was cheating. Or maybe not cheating. Maybe somebody's been, like, trying to make somebody jealous. Maybe not cheating, maybe jealous. I'm feeling jealous. I'm feeling more jealous than cheating, because that's what the song was about. The song, well, they might have been cheating, but it feels like they were more, like, trying to make each other jealous. "Who's the girl I saw you with? How'd you get some extra money?" He said, "I don't know." "Tell me your name." He said, "Jane Doe." Not Jane Doe. Not Jane Doe. Maybe even playing games with people. Maybe you're playing games with somebody at some point. I don't know. It feels like it. All right, let's find out these games. Why you calling me and on the phone? Why you not at home? Home, not at. Oh, that's that Tony Braxton. What's going on? Is my collective y'all into R&B or something? I don't know. Kind of like music. Okay. Back again, Wiccan. Y'all is some reckless bunch. That's why this is why I'm reckless because y'all I'm not reckless. In my readings, I am. I just be doing shit. That's how y'all are. Y'all just be doing shit. Clearly. So don't be complaining. This y'all, it's y'all energy. All right. So you're trying to plan something strategic. Maybe because you don't have self-control sometimes. Maybe you're trying to like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're trying to learn how to have more self-control these days. Feel like it. Let me spit this baby. Not let me in that this body, not your shadow trying to talk to you. Oh my goodness. You may have Gemini in your chart. You may have water sign in your chart. You may be a little possessive. You know, maybe you're trying to let go, not being possessive. Maybe you want to live, maybe you like to live in somebody's skin. That's that Cancer energy, yo. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Maybe you used to really be possessive. Maybe he was outside of Bill's house, like, yo, you gonna marry me now? Like maybe you've been that person who's been like really possessive like that on that Venom energy. Venom is actually really funny. Dr. Doom at all costs. So you're blocked. You're blocked because you're trying to control something. I ain't even going front. Imma pull cards, but I can already tell you I've been pulling enough cards on y'all. You're blocked because 'cause you're trying to control something, Miss Doctor Doom, not you being Doctor Doom. Go look up Doctor Doom. And now you're trying to be Nick Fury. Not you try not you try I like Nick Fury. Good. I'd rather you be Nick Fury than Doctor Doom and all this other shit you been because this is Wells different. Thank you. Please upgrade your energy. No, we don't need you to be in Wiccan energy. We definitely need you to be in more of this here. Oh, oh my goodness. For you, God tests your faith. So I guess whoever you are, you're stuck in a rock and a hard place. You might want to figure that out. That would be for you. That would be Genesis 22. So you can go figure that out. Anyway, but back to the rest of the collective. Um, maybe perhaps self-control is something you've really had a hard time with. So put yourself in charge for a reason. They put you in charge for a reason. Okay, so what I'm picking up is the Holy Spirit has put you in charge for a reason. When I say in charge of your fate. Stop lying. Stop being a lying ass. There's a reason why you have been called to be and a different energy. Nick Fury is amazing. We love Nick. First of all, we don't even never know when he's dead. You can't kill him. You never know when he's gone. And maybe that's the kind of energy that you come from. Maybe you're coming from this Phoenix energy where shit just because we see this a lot in your readings where a lot of towers, a lot of negative thinking patterns, a lot of devil energy. We'll call this like what the Christians would say Satan, devil, hell, whatever. That stuff. That negative thinking patterns that'll get you there. This is lying, this is deception. This is, Cinderella's mother, stepmother. So maybe perhaps you're definitely feeling blocked. Maybe you were lying about something. Mm, like I said, it feels like you were trying to control and you're trying to be in charge. There's a lot of being in charge here. So I'm picking up a lot from Nick Fury. It's one of my favorite characters. I'm gonna do some more digging because this is like where you're going to. So put them in charge for a reason. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. You truly have been wrestling with God. You've been fighting God? Oh my goodness. So you are one of the chosen ones. If you're here in my life, you're probably just awakening to your to your ego death. You're probably just waking up. Wipe your eyes. I remember mines when I was just waking up. Um, I remember like really finding out that I was like literally fighting God, fighting the Holy Spirit, fighting, literally. Like the people like that in the comments, them people, they're the same people that'll be here watching the readings later, like crying on themselves. I used to be one of those, like, no divination, you're going to hell, you're gonna burn. And that's until I start working and mental health. And I start putting all the pieces together through reading everything, reading occult, reading the psychology, reading everything. You should see my library. It's crazy. I read everything. And I put all the pieces together and I realized we're all saying the same thing, just saying in different languages. That's why I had to speak different languages too. I speak German, Spanish, and English. Learned a couple of ones, trying to learn some more. But what I've learned through learning different languages, through traveling the world, through studying different religions, and obviously mental health, getting licensed, all the things, right? Yoga, all the practices. We are fighting God, essentially. We're fighting ourselves, we're fighting him. That internal battle that can't sleep at night, anxiety, depression, all that, any of that. If you have to go to a therapist and you're like, I need to process it, more than likely, it's because you're fighting the Holy Spirit, as you would say, or God. I love this part of the Bible, with Jacob wrestling with God, especially doing the talk. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. All right, so the story of Jacob wrestling with God is he wrestled with him all night long. The angel of the Lord. So as it says, does it says, but of course it says God, but the angel of the Lord, whatever. That's what it says in the Bible. He wrestled all night long and would not let him go until he blessed him. And so maybe there's something about you wrestling with God. Like maybe you've been wrestling with God saying like, please God, please God, please God, please God. Maybe God been wrestling back with you like, please you, please you, please you. What you mean? Talking some me. What about you? Not you fighting with God out here. You said some please God. And he like, I know you ain't telling me please. Are you really effing telling me please with all these lies? Man, if I was God, I'll slap the shit out you too. Out of my face. Go get your tarot reading or something. Sitting here talking to me. Talking some God, please. You sitting here over lying about shit. Talking God, please. You might have been in that energy at one time. And if you were, you should find that funny. If you found that hurtful, then you might need to figure out why you find that to be hurtful. Uh, cause I laugh at the shit I used to do. You better start laughing at it, they be like, "Ooh, I don't do that no more." I'm so glad I don't do that. Then I said, "So glad you don't do that more." Learning your lessons. Circle of life, bruh. This is all that's what it's all about. It really is all about circle of life. For whoever you are out there in the world, all of you. Um, yeah, it's about lessons, the cycle of life, right? Ecclesiastes 3. There is nothing new under the sun. Everything that has and will be was the people divination is you know it's crazy. Do you know there for the people who are like anti divination? You know there's actual psychics in the military. I said in the last live. Why are you on my live? Go to the United States. Go, go to the base. Knock on the knock. Go to Fort Eisenhower or go to Fort whatever and say, "Hey, my Bible says this. You're not supposed to have those in there." But you won't do it. You know why you won't do it? You won't do it. You won't do it. You won't do it. Me and you both know why you do it. You won't do it because you're gonna get guns turned on you. You're gonna get weapons turned on you. You won't do it. So they kind of come in people's other rooms to try to make themselves feel better. Meanwhile, they're wrestling with God. So don't wrestle with God if that's you. Okay? Don't do that. That ain't good. He gonna win. No, I like it. Oh, didn't I just Jesus? Didn't I just say it? Not the temptation card, not the seven of the choices, seven of cups. About your choices. He tempts Jesus 3 times. So maybe perhaps there was some temptation that definitely happened. Maybe you were tempted to lie. Maybe you told some white lies. Maybe you told some big lies. Maybe you told a laundry list of lies. Maybe it's a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe it's like a lot of backstabbing and white lies and lying about omission and just leaving shit out. Maybe you one of those liars. I had an ex like that. They lied by omission. They just left shit out. Maybe there's a chance for you to be faithful and loyal, Lydia, until it grains. Maybe you're trying to balance, um, make balance of that now. I see you looking back at the temptation. Maybe you had failed at one time to temptation. Again, we all do, right? Everybody falls short of the glory of the Lord. So maybe perhaps that happened to you. Maybe you fell short of the glory of the Lord at one time. Um, but I see you trying to defeat this giant now. Not coming to the David energy. David and Goliath. Maybe you're ready to defeat the devil. Yay! Maybe you're ready to defeat what is this giant that you have in your life. Maybe it could be like ego or something. I'm gonna get more clarity. What's this Goliath to the collective? What is this Goliath to the collective? What is this Goliath to the collective? What is this devil? What's this temptation? Hmm. Thank you for the love and light. You were tempted from a relationship from the past. There's a relationship from the past that was maybe a lot of maybe you felt very fulfilled with this person at one time, you know? I don't know if this is a third party situation because I didn't see third party in on the board, but maybe again this is related to something that tempted you. Maybe there was something that you went towards that you thought was going to be really, really good, really abundant, really happy, really amazing. It's something from a long time ago that didn't work, and you know why it didn't work. Big hair front and reverse, so you know why it didn't work. There's something from the past that was super abundant that you thought was a really good idea. At one time, you could have been very fulfilled in this relationship at one time, but it didn't work. Ultimately, it ended, and then I feel like temptation. You went back towards that. I don't know what happened. Why'd you? You're being manipulative. You're manipulating. You're manipulating energy. You're manipulating words and time. You were spending time here, spending time there, using words here, using words there, pouring your feelings over there, pouring your feelings over there. You were splitting time and energy everywhere. That's called manipulation. And you see it, it's very clear. You see it, it's very clear. And it looks like this relationship from a long time ago, you knew it wasn't gonna work. You've seen it not be successful before. It was the opposite of this is the opposite of going to church. This is the opposite of going to get help. This is the opposite of going towards divine intelligence. So you knew that that wasn't like, "Girl, why'd you do that?" Mm, what? You wanted someone around you. So maybe there was an ending that happened, from for some of you, maybe another ending, from this Empress, because it did come up over here. Maybe again, this reckless behavior, you just ended a relationship abruptly, and maybe shit got real, and maybe you wanted someone to talk to, it seems like. Did you want someone to talk to? Did you look for support from your ex or something? That's what it feels like. And maybe not even an ex. It could be maybe a family member, a close partner. For some of you, maybe it's a close friend. For some of you, it's an ex. For some of you, it's a close family member. Maybe this person told you that you were settling, or maybe you felt like you were settling, and now you want a fresh start, for a new opportunity to release the past. You want a second chance. You were settling at one time, and you were having maybe you had a loss of faith. Maybe something happened between you and this person. Maybe you didn't let something go. Just let that shit go. Maybe you didn't let it go. Maybe something happened. What happened? Spirit, tell me what happened. You were looking for friendship. Maybe you were talking to a friendship or community. You were being lighthearted. Maybe you were sharing things. Maybe you were sharing things. All right, now I got to go on to the Disney villain deck because y'all playing with me. Settling. Tell me more about the settling. What were you feel like you were settling for? And you talked to this community about something that you were settling for. What? You were just being reckless. You told the community that you're selling for this. That literally makes no sense. No wonder you're mad at yourself. Don't get mad at me for being mad at you for being mad at you. I'm sorry. I'm reading the cards the same time that you don't get mad at me. Okay, I can see why you mad at yourself. Cause it looks like you you talked to a community or had a community about how happy you were, and maybe you feel like you should have shut your mouth. Maybe you feel like you talked too much. Remember, you know who Iago is from Aladdin. Ah, Aladdin, Jafar. It's so loud and annoying. Maybe you feel like you had a big mouth. Maybe you feel like you should have shut up at that time. Yeah. Ooh. Maybe you feel like you should have shut up because you're kind of coming out looking like, this maybe you don't like how you look. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you're looking like a follower, like whatever you say, Captain, Maybe you coming out looking like you just do whatever. Ooh, maybe you're coming out looking like you just do whatever. That's what's hidden. You shutting up now looks like because maybe your energy you want to do fresh start because whatever it is that you were doing with this community or these people from the past, this person from the past, it looks like you're coming out like maybe like simp energy, like You just do whatever somebody tells you to do, and that's what's hidden. So why is this moon here? What's hidden? Good again. Yeah, you could be younger on the younger side, or you work with somebody or work with something. You did teamwork. What kind of teamwork happened? What's hidden is you work with someone or something. You worked with someone. You work with people. There was teamwork involved. You work with someone to did you work with someone to break yourself up? Did you work with someone to help yourself break up with someone? And now you're mad because you ran your mouth? And now you don't have your wish fulfillment. Not damn. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Did not. Someone could have wanted this relationship over. Um, maybe you feel like they're not successful. Maybe you feel like it's not over with. Um, Tell me more about this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Did you work with someone to help break yourself up with your person? I know this sounds crazy, which is again, this makes sense. This would make sense why your readings are like you're mad at like you're mad. Hulk smash. I'm, angry all the damn time. I can get it. I see 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 it. Yeah, some of y'all, if y'all in here, you're cross watchers. This is your person. If this doesn't sound like you, but the storyline sounds familiar, it's probably your person. If this is your person, I'm so sorry, girl or guy. If this is your person, I'm so sorry. If this is you, I love you. All right. Tell me more about I said more about this Wheel of Fortune. Maybe someone wanted you alone, or maybe someone wanted you to be alone. Hmm. All right, pull it up. I got enough to see this. We're gonna start pulling and getting some more of that. Let's find out. Cause you out here with this one. So we got somebody wanting to break up. You work with somebody to break up. Man, we just keep getting deeper and deeper into y'all stuff. Somebody work to help a breakup, have a misfortune to not have a Wheel of Fortune. They could have wanted it to end in a very bad way too. They could have wanted it to end in a very bad way. They could have actually wished something. Someone could have actually wished unaliving here on someone. Someone could have said, "I hate you," or very strong words. If I want this to happen to you, um, someone could have said some really strong words like that to you. I really hope this happens to you. I hope that happens to you. Someone could have wished a lot of bad things towards your relationship. It seems like. Um, Maybe perhaps you were unaware of that, it feels like, or how much, or maybe you were having fun with it at first and maybe you see how serious something is now. I don't know. Something about that. Because again, you're mad for the collective who y'all know who y'all are. If you ain't here and you ain't tapping the screen, but I know why. You're like, I want the bitch to know it's me. She'll never know it's me. It don't matter. Holy Spirit, no. I don't need to know her. All right, so there was some teamwork that was done. What kind of teamwork was done? Now I gotta get into my nosiness. Now we gotta be nosy. I gotta get to my Mean Girls deck whenever we get nosy. Between the Disney villain and the Mean Girls, we'll figure it out. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We will figure it out. Cause I want to find out what you're gonna do next. What you gonna do next about how I can help you. How can I help you? Okay. There we go. Somebody was listening to the intuition. All right. All right. So this was confusing. You're not confused anymore. But whatever this like little teamwork little thing that was coming up is working with this other person or other people. Take it as it resonates, either a person or people. Um, it was definitely strange. It was definitely weird. It was definitely out of place. It's definitely something that should. It definitely didn't look right. Um, you remember this part when she goes to the party and she's got like totally the wrong. It's supposed to be sexy and whatever, and she comes looking like hideous. So maybe something about how you came across. Maybe you were supposed to come in, maybe, and maybe someone told you, "Oh, you look good. You look, yeah, just like this." And they did it on purpose to you so you can look stupid. So I feel like whoever this was that was on your team, maybe some friends or family members, I think they set you up for the okey doke. I think they saw that you look whatever that you were doing wasn't right, and they knew that shit, and they watched you too. They watched you. They did it on purpose. They listen. They were completely cool with it. And, remember we asked where this came from, so they could have wanted you to break up. They could have wanted that, these people or this or whoever this whatever's teamwork this was, take that as it y'all know y'all stories. But it looks like they saw what you were doing and how it was making your person feel or look, or they knew. And they watched you just sit there and do it, because that's like essentially that's what happened here in this scene too. They knew what she was gonna do, and they watched her do it. They watched her look stupid. They watched Katie look dumb, and they laughed about it. Regina George, right? And so maybe again, you're coming up here with doing some foul shit in a relationship and acting like you have no idea that you should go to the bathroom. Like you don't like, come on, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, and you're sitting there, and everybody in the class got to sit there and smile. So maybe whatever it is that you were doing, you were being encouraged to do it, and like, yeah, do it there, do it, and you just did it anyway. And again, like I said, it caused a lot of heavy burdens. Um, so if you had someone egging you on to do something, that was not you listening to spirit of divine white light, your angels, your ancestors, your God, your internal wisdom. Take that as you want, whatever language you use, but that's not you listening to your higher self, okay? That's not you listening to consciousness, higher wisdom. Mm-mm. That's you being in shadow, inner child, victim, persecutor, rescuer energy. Just, yeah. And look at all the burdens that is caused, all the heaviness. Seems like it caused a lot of fires. Did you feel like you had to put out a lot of fires? Feels like it caused a lot of fires. All right, tell me more about this stink shit that you were doing. Oh, my deck over there fell. Okay. Tell me more about the stink stuff. So maybe perhaps you were being a bitch. Maybe perhaps you had a trauma bond with someone. Ooh, I know what happened. You had a trauma bond for someone in the past. Yeah. It feels like you had a trauma bond with someone in the past. And you could feel like you're a simp and doing some shadow work. So this is you working on your shadow. So for those of you who don't like divination and you like psychology, you can type in the Cartman's drama triangle, Karpam. So if you ever find yourself persecuting someone, saying you should do this and you should do that and you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that, those types of things, That'll really help you. Now, for those who absolutely 1000% into wisdom, I encourage you to go look at the Enneagram. So, as therapists and psychologists, we use this in our practice as well. Now, the church, this actually started with Jesuit priests. They brought this from ancient Mesopotamia in the, I want to say the early 1900s. So the Christian church had their hands on it first. And then, of course, it made its way into mainstream psychology. But what do you call it? Christian psychologists, they use this first. So if you are interested in Christian psychology and things like that, you can follow the Enneagram, which goes directly in alignment with everything else that we're doing on here. So that can help out with that piece for those of you who are interested in that, which I love. That's one of my favorite books. I'm looking for my other book. Give me one more second. This is a good book to pair with it when you have people who don't understand what actual abusive and manipulative language is. A lot of people come on, they come on social media and they don't really know what it is. And they do it to people and they claim that other people are doing it to them. So if they can actually pick up some materials, could probably help them. Maybe not. Maybe not. Who's to say? And another good book to pair with it. This helps with personality typing. Unlike the Myers-Briggs, Myers-Briggs tells you all about like, what you are, like, E, Jeff, A, K, whatever, all the acronyms. This is different from that. This is the wisdom from, again, this is ancient knowledge. This goes way back. You see this, right? They found it in Babylon in 25 BC. You see this? It's very old, very, very old. So if you pair this with psychology, which we already do, it'll help you with your personality typings. So I personally don't like to call people narcissists and things like that. I do, obviously, because it's a part of our language. But when I treat clients, if you want to know how I treat narcissists, this is how I treat them. I don't call them narcissists. They're either a former or a loyalist or a helper, investigator, a peacemaker, achiever. So let's go to just for a quick second, because again, this word gets used around a lot and I use it too. But I really do want people to know when I use it, I'm using it appropriately. Everybody else ain't. All right, there's levels to this madness. You're either unhealthy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, average, or healthy. This will be considered your higher self. Most people land around here. Most people who are watching the live are probably around here somewhere. Other people, the ones who get on here who say repent to Jesus and all that other bullshit, they're here. They're unhealthy. So let's look at what an unhealthy person would do. Realization that they have crafted powerful enemies who are capable of defeating them is too much for their unhealthy minds to handle, right? So they try to destroy everything rather than let anyone triumph over them and have control. This could be the 8 on Enneagram. And they go on rampages, remorselessly ruining everything in their path, possibly, unaliving others in the process. That's very unhealthy, but there's different levels to it, right? This is more like people kind of doing bullshit like that. Outlaws. These are the ones I saw in prison when I worked in a prison. Those most of the ones that I saw. Predatory, vengeful, violent, things like that. So there's 8 of them. I'm sorry, 9 of them. You can find out your own typing by going onto the website. I like to use this book because they have, so my clients, if you want to know how I find out their type, there's a sorter. They have a questionnaire here, a quiz, and you can do the quiz here based off of the answers. And then to make sure that you really, really are that type, you can go in and do a sorter, which I love, like I said, to make sure this is really your type, which is a questionnaire to make sure they're sure. So I do it with all my clients to make sure. And of course, if you work with someone like, who knows a lot about it, they'll be able to make sure this really your type. So you're not stabbing in the wrong area. Now, we're made up of all of these. You're not one of them. You're really all of them. This is called a whole person concept, right? This is we're talking about the divine white light, the whole person. You're supposed to embody all of them, but because of childhood trauma, we end up with certain deadly sins. So for the Christians on here who like to come and talk about fucking divination all the goddamn time, won't you, won't you start reading and shut the fuck up? Read, 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 read. Yes, I'm one of the people that cuss and do all the things I told you I was in the military. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I saw too many. I've seen too much. I'm jaded. I don't care. So anger, pride, deceit, envy, avoidance, fear, gluttony, lust. So if you'll have a primary, a secondary, and then so forth and so on. So, like mine, I don't even score really on a 9. But you know what I'm saying? I could score somewhere on another one, like your top 2 or your top 3. You're just work it's the same thing as astrology. So your top big 3, again, which science do you want to use? Every at the end of the day, everyone's saying the same goddamn thing. That's what I learned. But of course, people who are in this fear based. So, there could be fear, having to have anxiety over things that they don't understand because anxiety leads to us being afraid of things that are not actually happening now. So, like someone being afraid that if they don't repent, that they're going to burn in a fucking fire so much they get on someone's lives. It's crazy. So, compare the books. The reason why I stopped and took a break is because if you're having trauma bonds with people, you need to do some personality working. If this is happening and you're going back to exes and you're working on your shadow work, it's clear that you need something way beyond just tarot cards and just picking up your Bible and reading it. Clearly, you need some more guidance. And literally, I saw you wrestling God. Like God is like, "Hello, I've been trying to talk to you. I've been sending you dreams. I've been sending you numbers. I've been sending you all kinds of stuff. Are you listening to me? You're in your ego." But I think you are listening now. So what we got? And I'm gonna get off of here because that is pretty much it. Y'all got me spent. Okay, Wiccan, learn some self control. I'm still got a Wiccan in here. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I like it. I guess. I suppose you like it. I love it. Yeah. More shadow work is probably needed because I feel like the shadow work that you were doing, the shadow work that you do, you have this Deadpool energy. So whatever has happened to you in your past, you got this like, fuck you, I don't care. Just kind of carefree. Like I love Deadpool. You can see I got Deadpool energy for real, for real. I definitely get it. I get your personality. Um, so yeah, that's the shadow work piece. Like again, I get the energy, but I have to do my own shadow work too. Do your own. Get you some books. Work on that. Work on that. Figure out how you keep victimizing yourself. How did he make himself a victim? In which ways did Deadpool make himself a victim? Maybe perhaps you should work on that one. Or could work on that. Feels like you're thinking about home. Again, maybe this older person you're thinking about being with them and how you are reckless. Because I see you coming up looking at the recklessness of it, of how you have been reckless in the past with that wicked energy, just doing whatever you want to do. So, oh, last message. The best is on the way. The best is yet to come for whoever this message is for. The best is yet to come. Everything's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all good. It feels like you have some more talking to do with the Most High, the Lord, thy God. The Holy Spirit has some more talking to you to do. If you know anything about this story in the Bible, Saul's conversation um with God, it wasn't necessarily, Saul is not like, he wasn't necessarily a good king or a bad king. Some say he was a bad king. I suppose towards the end he was a bad king. So maybe perhaps you've had some good times and maybe you've had some bad times, and maybe this is the time where God's like talking to you, and maybe you're getting chastised by the Holy Spirit. Maybe you're getting chastised by God, and it's time to rebuild. Solomon's Temple. Hey, go ahead, guys. If you're in this rebuilding energy, this is beautiful. I love that for you. Maybe God's talking to you about how to rebuild. Maybe you're literally listening to divine intervention on how to literally like how to rebuild because something ended. abruptly, not the death, not Revelation, not the fourth horseman. That shit ended for real, for real. Yeah. You want to send. What do you want to end? You want to end what? I don't know what this means then. Sorry. That just I said one more, but that surprised me. I didn't see. I just want why what are you trying to end? This death card. This ending something. Oh, I get it. Okay. 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 I get it. Okay. 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 You're not trying to be out there in the streets no more. Okay. You're in and out. You're ending this party, go out, do whatever I want to do energy. You must be finna sit your ass down at the house. You must be finna sit down. What's all this home energy? Pick it somewhere. Yeah. Think you're gonna oh, confirmation. Confirmation. I don't know if you heard that was a loud squeak. You feels like you're gonna have a new beginning. All right, guys. I'm happy you're having a new beginning. I'm glad you're not settling anymore. Fresh start, settling, leaving that alone. Good job. I'm really proud of you. Yeah, if you've been sticking with me for my readings and my people, y'all if you knew me for real as your therapist, we will have the same conversations, I swear. And well, they'll be even better actually, because you'll actually be getting healing. But for real, if you stay to my readings dead ass, like I'm really proud of y'all for seeing yourselves and how you've been not the best version of yourself. And that takes away that's good, man. That's emotional intelligence. For real, get yourself a pat on the back because I've done so much work as a therapist and I cannot tell you how many people do not wake up. They don't care. They stay in their mess, they stay in their ignorance because it's safer to do so. And they will die that way. I'm sorry, they will leave this earth like that. That is their hell. That is their karma. So if you're waking up, I don't give a shit if it's just yesterday. Good job. Wake up to your evils. Now the thing is you can't just wake up. You got to stay on the course. But it's not as hard as you think, I promise you. I thought about that it was hard at first when I started, but it's actually not. You just got to find a routine and find things that you love to do and find people that you love to share it with. And if you don't understand personal boundaries, if truly mental health has been an issue for you, I'm not just being funny. I genuinely do encourage you to find somebody. I have my people who are my people who love me and I love them and we do great work together. And you don't stay with the person like all the time. I got people who come in and out. I just had one. I met her when she was 12. She just found me out of nowhere. Her mom was looking for me and I was so freaking happy. And she's like, "Do you remember me?" And I was like, "Oh my God, yes, I remember you." And like we were screaming and everything. And she's like 17, she's about to be 18 years old. She's not the first person that so people don't have to stay like in your face every single week. You don't have to be in therapy for years. People, it's maintenance. It's like getting your hair done or your nails done, or you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be in it all the time or getting your teeth cleaning. It's not that serious. You go in, get a little bit, feel better, you know what I'm saying? Get spinning, come back if you need to. And most of the time, people will need to. Like the girl, man, she was doing good, and then stuff happens. And the only person she feel comfortable is talking to is her person, me. So you need a paid best friend, get a paid best friend. But if you got good people around you who are almost like therapists, I do, then use them. And then, do your other work. Do your own workbooks and do your work. Just do your fucking work. Bottom line. I'm like Ayanna Van Zant. I'm tired of this shit. Just do your work. Don't make excuses. Sending love and light.